What was supposed to be a lighthearted dating experiment on the Jackie Christie show has spiraled into full-blown reality TV chaos because the cameras caught more than just awkward flirting. According to whispers flooding social media, Tai and Evelyn didn't just show up for fun. They showed up with receipts, tension, and a whole lot of unfinished business. Fans are stunned, clips are circulating, and the internet is buzzing after footage from the BBWLA segment hinted at unexpected confessions, strange pairings, and shocking past entanglements. Was Jackie really trying to help these women find love? Or did she unknowingly set the stage for emotional warfare? What started as playful matchmaking quickly turned into a messy confrontation, filled with icy glances, silent shade, and one jaw-dropping moment that has everyone asking, did Tai just out? Evelyn on national television. Insiders are claiming the segment unearthed hidden relationship drama, past betrayals, and a twisted love triangle nobody saw coming. And while Jackie grinned her way through the chaos, it was clear this wasn't just another talk show taping. This was a battleground. From awkward answers to fiery subtext, fans are left wondering how much of this was real and how much was revenge. And trust us, this is just the beginning. It all started with Jackie Christie's idea to spice up her talk show by turning it into a dating arena for some of the BBWLA ladies. And while the concept might have sounded sweet on paper, it turned into something else entirely once the cameras started rolling. From the second Tai Young and Evelyn Lozada walked onto that stage, there was a thick tension in the air that nobody could quite explain. Jackie was all smiles, hyping up the segment like she was Cupid herself, but the audience could sense something bubbling beneath the surface. And they were right. Tai showed up, calm on the outside, but people close to the show said she was walking in ready for war. She wasn't there to find love. Not really. She was there to observe, to listen, and maybe to make sure nobody twisted the truth about what went down between her and Evelyn in the past. And Evelyn, she came in glowing, charming the crowd, laughing with Jackie, but the moment she locked eyes with Tai, her whole vibe shifted. The smile faded for a second. Her eyes narrowed just enough to catch it if you were paying attention, and fans were awed as Jackie introduced the segment. She tried to keep things playful, tossing out cheeky questions like whether the ladies preferred cuddling or crashing after sex. Some of the answers drew laughs, sure, but others made the room feel awkward, especially when Tai was asked about her previous relationships and replied with one word, lying, and then turned to look right at Evelyn. It wasn't loud, wasn't messy, but it landed. Everyone caught it. The internet caught it, and suddenly this fun dating game started feeling more like a silent standoff. Jackie, either oblivious or pretending to be, kept pushing forward, trying to get Tai and Evelyn to interact with the men she brought in. But neither one seemed interested. Tai kept giving dry answers, sizing up everyone in the room, and Evelyn looked like she was seconds away from walking off the set. Then came the curveball. One of the women who joined the dating pool casually mentioned she was married but polyamorous and looking to connect with a woman. Tai raised an eyebrow. Evelyn's lips tightened and Jackie, bless her, acted like this was totally normal. Fans later said that was the moment everything shifted. That's when it stopped being awkward and started getting messy. Kai leaned in and asked the woman, "So, your husband's okay with this?" The woman nodded. He encourages it. And then out of nowhere, Evelyn said, "I guess some people like secrets out in the open." It was quick, slick, but heavy. Tai turned her head and looked Evelyn dead in the face, not saying a word. The silence was loud. Jackie nervously laughed, trying to move things along, but the vibe in the room was off. Even the crew was reportedly uncomfortable. After that, the questions got even more intense. Jackie asked about deal breakers, turn-ons, and whether size really matters. But instead of light banter, Tai started taking the questions and flipping them into subtle jabs. When asked what size she preferred, she laughed and said, "Anything above 7 is fine. At least something that can't lie to you." And the way she said it while glancing at Evelyn didn't go unnoticed. The men sitting in were practically invisible at this point. Nobody was watching them. All eyes were on the growing tension between these two women who clearly had unfinished business. Evelyn tried to keep her cool, but the cracks were starting to show. She rolled her eyes at one point, crossed her arms, and when one of the guys tried to flirt with her, she waved him off and muttered, I've had better. Believe me. Tai let out a soft laugh, which only made Evelyn more irritated. She was a dance. Cold, calculated, and extremely personal. The fans watching were glued to their screens. They started piecing things together. Theories were flying. Did Tai and Evelyn date? Did something go down behind the scenes that never made it to air? Meanwhile, Jackie was still pushing the segment. Like everything was fine, trying to squeeze a love story out of a group of people who clearly had no interest in playing along. And the more she tried, the more the truth started slipping through. At one point, Tai was asked if she'd be open to seeing someone again after being hurt. She shrugged and said, if the apology ever came, ... maybe. Jackie, clearly fishing, asked who owed her that apology. Tai smiled and said, the one who thinks her silence is forgiveness. Fans gasped. Social media lit up. Evelyn didn't respond. She didn't have to. Her silence said enough, but her energy changed. The flirtiness disappeared. Answers became clipped defensive. When Jackie asked if she believed in second chances, she snapped. Not for people who lie and then play victim. And there it was. The mask slipped. The real reason they both showed up was finally seeping into the room. Unspoken but undeniable. Whatever had happened between them was far from resolved. And this little dating game had become the stage 4. Their emotional standoff. The rest of the cast watching from behind the scenes were reportedly shocked. Some insiders say Chantel was texting during the entire taping, warning others about what was happening in real time. Brandi supposedly told a producer they should cut this segment. It's going to blow up. But it was too late. The cameras were rolling. The drama was unfolding. And fans were loving every second of it. The dating show had become a battlefield of shade, resentment, and low-key confessions. As the segment wrapped up, Jackie thanked everyone with that big talk show smile of hers, trying to bring the energy back up. But it was clear something had cracked wide open. Tai walked off first, calm as ever. Evelyn stayed behind for a minute longer, fixing her mic, not looking at anyone in the audience. They were still trying to figure out what they just witnessed. Was it an accident, a planned call-out, or the beginning of something even bigger? Because one thing was for sure, nobody came out of that segment the same. Not the guests, not the fans, and definitely not Jackie. The cameras may have stopped rolling, but the aftermath was just beginning. Backstage, tensions rose as production assistants scrambled to delete or secure the most explosive clips. Whispers of leaked footage started circulating before anyone could stop them. A short video snippet of Tai's comment about forgiveness found its way onto a fan forum where reactions ranged from sympathy to outright condemnation. Some fans rallied behind Tai, applauding her honesty, while others criticized her for airing personal grievances on television. Meanwhile, a longer clip of Evelyn's better than that remark was making its rounds on gossip blogs, fueling debates about who was really in the wrong. Friends of both women took to social media to defend their favorites. One of Tai's close confidants posted a photo of them laughing together at an earlier event, insisting there had never been any feud and accusing Evelyn of twisting the narrative for attention. On the other side, Evelyn's family members started commenting, hinting that Tai had misrepresented their relationship to gain sympathy. Accusations of betrayal flew fast and furious in comment sections, and suddenly what was meant to be harmless. Fun turned into a public relations nightmare. Even Jackie found herself under fire. Critics accused her of negligence, claiming she set her guests up for humiliation rather than matchmaking. Talk show analysts dissected her every word, pointing out how she failed to intervene when things got too personal. Some went as far as to question her motives. Was she really playing Cupid, or simply stirring drama to boost ratings? In private, producers defended her, saying that reality TV thrives on conflict. But behind the scenes, the pressure was real. Advertisers started inquiring about their spots, wondering if their brands would be tainted by association with such explosive content. As if the on-screen drama wasn't enough, rumors about off-screen conflicts began to emerge. Production insiders whispered that Tai and Evelyn had nearly come to blows during breaks. Apparently, Evelyn stormed into a dressing room, shouting about respect, and Tai retorted by bringing up a rumored backstage secret that left Evelyn speechless. Security was reportedly called to defuse the situation, and some crew members reportedly felt unsafe returning to work the next day. The tension was palpable, and those who had to keep the peace were eager for the next episode to air so they could see how the viewers reacted. In response to the chaos, Jackie recorded a follow-up social media message trying to calm the waters. She thanked everyone for tuning in, insisted her segment was all in good fun, and encouraged respect and kindness. But the comment section was already flooded with memes, reaction GIFs, and heated debates. Influencers picked sides, making reaction videos that drew millions of views overnight. The unofficial hashtag #JackiesDatingChaos trended on Twitter, and fans speculated endlessly about what really happened behind the scenes. Amid all this, Tai made a bold move. She released a cryptic Instagram story showing her alone on a rooftop at sunset with the caption, "Truth always finds its way out." Fans immediately dissected the post for clues. Was she addressing Evelyn? Was she alluding to some deeper betrayal? Some eagle-eyed followers noted the rooftop tile pattern matched a location near Evelyn's home, sparking theories that Tai recorded the story after confronting Evelyn in private. Trolls had a field day, but genuine supporters sent messages of encouragement, reminding Tai that her truth mattered. Evelyn struck back in an equally dramatic fashion. She shared a behind-the-scenes selfie from her makeup trailer, smiling at the camera, captioned, "Still standing strong." She didn't mention Tai by name, but the implication was clear. A few hours later, she posted a short clip of a voicemail she said was from someone claiming to be a producer, apologizing for how this segment was handled, and promising that the full unedited footage would reveal the real story. Fans immediately speculated whether this was a genuine leak or another dramatic ploy to keep the audience hooked. As news outlets caught wind of the brewing storm, entertainment websites began lining up interviews with former cast members. Oh, wait. Ex-wife of a cast regular hinted at off-camera relationships that could add another layer to the chaos. Another insider claimed that Evelyn and Jackie had a long-standing feud and that this segment was just the latest battleground. Talk show hosts invited relationship experts to weigh in, debating the ethics of airing such personal details on national TV. Some argued it was empowering to expose hidden truths, while others condemned it as cruel public shaming. Amid the swirling drama, Tai and Evelyn's families were dragged into the mix. Evelyn's teenage daughter posted on her story, pleading for fans to stop involving her mother's personal life in their arguments. Tai's brother, meanwhile, posted an Instagram video defending his sister's right to speak her truth and criticizing internet bullies for tearing her down. The family divide only deepened the narrative, turning what started as a dating show segment into a multi-seated feud that affected everyone involved. Perhaps the most surprising development came when a well-known BBY fan page claimed to have obtained an audio recording of a private conversation between Tai and Evelyn. In the clip, the two women could be heard calmly discussing their issues before the show, expressing regret over unresolved hurt. The tone was quiet, almost conciliatory, quite different from the fiery exchanges on camera. The authenticity of the audio was hotly debated. Some fans believed it proved there was more to the story, while skeptics called it a deep fake. Regardless, it added fuel to the fire and showed how much audiences crave the real truth beneath the sensational headlines. As the days passed, sponsors and legal teams got involved. Productions swiftly issued a statement claiming they would review the segment and ensure all rules were followed. While lawyers for the women threatened to sue for defamation if any false statements were aired, the threat of lawsuits loomed large, raising the stakes even higher. Suddenly, this was no longer about TV ratings. It was about reputations, careers, and the very public unraveling of two high-profile reality stars. Throughout all the chaos, fans remained glued to their screens, refreshing social media feeds and speculating on every post. Reaction videos skyrocketed with creators analyzing every word and gesture from the segment. Conspiracy theories flourished. Some believed Jackie had orchestrated the drama to set up a special reunion showdown, while others thought the whole thing was a smoke screen for an upcoming spin-off series. Amid the noise, both Tai and Evelyn benefited from the attention follower counts soared, and media outlets clamored for their next statements. Even months later, the fallout continued. Clips from the segment played on highlight reels invited onto talk shows as examples of reality TV gone too far. Tai and Evelyn were invited for interviews where they each tried to reclaim their narratives, but the tension never fully dissipated. The segment that began as a simple dating game had transformed into a cultural moment, one that fans still cited as the perfect example of when reality TV blurs the line between entertainment and emotional warfare. In the end, what started as a playful idea on Jackie Christie's show spiraled into a saga of leaked secrets, social media battles, family drama, and legal standoffs. The wild truths exposed on camera proved just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the surface lay a tangled web of past grievances, unspoken apologies, and strategic power plays. And as the dust settled, one question remained on everyone's lips. Was this the end of the chaos or the beginning of an even bigger showdown? It felt like the entire reality TV world was watching as Tai and Evelyn shifted from foes to reluctant co-conspirators in a drama, neither of them fully controlled. After the audio leak and legal threats, production tentatively scheduled a Healing Circle reunion episode, hoping to quell the outrage and reclaim the narrative. Tai agreed, seeing it as a chance to speak her truth without interruption, while Evelyn saw an opportunity to set the record straight once and for all. Backstage, both women prepared in silence, Tai with a stack of handwritten notes, Evelyn with a playlist of calming music. The tension crackled in the air like static, and crew members whispered that they'd never seen two stars so poised on the edge of either a truce or a meltdown. As the cameras rolled on the reunion set, Jackie opened with her signature grin, telling viewers she wanted everyone to clear the air and find common ground. But the moment she introduced Tai and Evelyn side by side, the audience held its breath. Tai went first, her voice measured as she recounted past grievances, the unreturned calls, the shady comments and interviews, the feeling of being gaslit by someone she once called a friend. She spoke not with anger but with wounded honesty. When she finished, there was a murmur in the crowd. Some fans nodded in sympathy. Others exchanged doubtful glances. Nobody knew how Evelyn would respond. Evelyn rose slowly, smoothing her hair, and took a deep breath. She addressed Tai directly. "I never meant to hurt you," she began, her tone both apologetic and defensive. She blamed Miss Pro producers editing their words for drama and her own mistakes. She admitted that she'd let pride get in the way and that she regretted not reaching out sooner. For a moment, it seemed like real healing might occur. The studio lights softened and Jackie looked relieved. But then Evelyn's expression hardened. She added, "But I won't apologize for standing up for myself." Tai's eyes flickered with surprise and something darker. The truce shattered as quickly as it formed before anyone could process Evelyn's last words. Tai launched back, accusing Evelyn of leveraging their friendship for clicks, of fabricating stories to stay relevant. She mentioned a private phone call where Evelyn allegedly threatened to leak Tai's personal past if she didn't play along. The crowd gasped. Evelyn's jaw clenched. She denied it, yet Tai persisted, referencing timestamps and text screenshots. The show's producers scrambled to cut to a commercial, but not before the clip had already streamed live to millions. Social media erupted anew, some called Tai brave. Others accused her of character assassination. The reunion had become more explosive than the original dating segment amid the onslaught. Jackie tried to regain control, her voice rising above the chaos. "Let's take a breath, ladies," but her words fell flat. The two women stood toe-to, the studio audience. Silent eyes, cheeks glistened with tears, not of sadness, but of fierce determination. Evelyn's stance was resolute. Her arms crossed, cameras lingered, broadcasting every detail. Viewers at home watched with morbid fascination, refreshing Twitter feeds as dozens of fan theories emerged by the second. Was this real reconciliation or a premeditated stunt? Nobody could tell. And that uncertainty fueled the frenzy. Once the reunion wrapped, both Tai and Evelyn retreated to separate dressing rooms. Tai posted an Instagram live from hers, speaking directly to her followers. She thanked them for their support, then said cryptically, "Sometimes the truth hurts more than the lie." She refused to elaborate, hanging up abruptly. Evelyn, meanwhile, sat in her trailer, scrolling through comments, shaking her head. She filmed a short TikTok video dancing to a trending song captioned, "Moving on, staying positive," seemingly trying to change the narrative. Fans dissected every second. Was it genuine resilience or damage control? Either way, both women had reignited the flame amid the flame. The next day, talk show hosts dissected the reunion in minute detail. One hot topic, the polyamorous twist from the original segment. Relationship experts debated whether the show had exploited non-monogamy for shock value. Some applauded the visibility. Others condemned the show for sensationalizing personal lifestyles. A few pundits even suggested adding a licensed therapist to future episodes to moderate conflicts. The media circus showed no signs of slowing down. Each headline, each tweet, each reaction video added another layer to the saga, making it impossible for either Tai or Evelyn to step away without ceding control of their own stories. In the midst of this maelstrom, an unexpected ally emerged. Chantel, who had been conspicuously silent until now. She appeared on a popular gossip podcast to share her perspective. She painted herself as a neutral observer, claiming she'd witnessed both Tai and Evelyn at their best and worst. She expressed disappointment in how the show handled things and hinted that she'd testified to producers about the behind-the-scenes manipulations. Chantal's involvement shifted the spotlight once again. Fans buzzed that her testimony could vindicate one side or dismantle both their reputations entirely. The plot thickened beyond anything the original dating game could have suggested. Meanwhile, internet sleuths scoured every clip, every deleted scene, every leaked outtake. Some claimed they discovered an unedited question where Jackie asked if either woman had ever cheated. Others swore they saw producers coaching lines. Conspiracy blogs ran wild, claiming the entire segment was scripted, a mockumentary designed to promote a new streaming deal. The rumors were so pervasive that even mature fans struggled to separate fact from fiction. All anyone agreed on was that the drama was addictive, a reality TV spectacle that blurred lines between authenticity and performance. As the dust settled on the initial chaos, Tai and Evelyn found themselves at a crossroads. Both were offered lucrative brand deals. Tai, a line of athletic wear, Evelyn, a beauty collaboration, but the contracts hinged on their willingness to participate in more confessional-style content together. Most advisors warned them against it. Why risk another public breakdown for a sponsorship? But both women faced the same dilemma: money and relevance versus reputation and personal peace. Behind closed doors, their teams negotiated feverishly, each side trying to outmaneuver the other. It was the quietest yet most intense battle of all. And so, as the series of wild revelations and backstage wars wove into the fabric of reality, TV lore, one thing became clear. This was far from over. Tai and Evelyn had become unwilling co-ads in a drama that transcended a simple dating show mishap. The cameras remained poised, the producers alert, and the fans insatiable. Every social media update, every cryptic post, every podcast appearance kept the story alive for both women. The question wasn't just about resolving old scores. It was about controlling the narrative before it controlled them. The next phase of the saga began with whispers of a spin-off special that would reunite Tai and Evelyn for one final showdown. Sources close to production claim the network saw the fury generated by the reunion episode as an opportunity for a live on-air Q&A where fans could submit questions in real time. Both women reportedly received six-figure offers, but the catch was obvious. They'd have to face each other under harsh studio lights with no editing buffer. For Tai, the idea of returning to that battlefield seemed reckless. Yet, the paycheck and the chance to control her narrative proved tempting. Evelyn, meanwhile, was conflicted. She didn't want to revisit old wounds, but a live forum offered her a platform to air her side unfiltered. Their agents went back and forth for days negotiating appearance fees, confidentiality clauses, and camera placement. In the midst of the negotiations, a new character entered the drama: Brandi, who had been conspicuously absent until now. Brandi, known for her blunt commentary and quick wit, offered to moderate the live special, claiming she could steer the conversation toward resolution rather than rancor. Her proposal included a round of private mediations before the live taping so that Tai and Evelyn could address personal grievances away from the cameras. Fans were divided. Some hailed Brandi as the peacemaker the show needed, while others suspected she was angling to position herself as the queen of the reunion circuit. When Brandi posted a teaser on her own social channels, the hashtag spin-off special and broaden pace rather than fight began to trend, proving that even her involvement was enough to re-energize the frenzy. Meanwhile, the sponsors who had initially hesitated now circled back. eager to claim credit for supporting empowerment through honest conversation. One major fitness brand proposed a branded content segment where Tai would lead a yoga session on forgiveness, while a beauty company approached Evelyn to discuss self-care and resilience. These corporate tins promised lucrative endorsement checks, but also came with brand guidelines that demanded the women refrain from name-calling or personal attacks during the live show. The tension between authenticity and sponsorship obligations created a delicate dance. Tai and Evelyn could earn a windfall, but only if they delivered a performance that didn't cross the fine line between reality TV and defamation. Insiders joked that the lawyers outnumbered the production crew by night 3 of negotiations. As the date for the special approached, both women ramped up their social media activity. Tai released a series of polished Instagram videos in which she spoke frankly about finding strength and vulnerability. She used soft, inspirational music and framed her past conflict as a catalyst for personal growth. Evelyn took a different tack, posting candid behind-the-scenes photos of her prepping for the live. Taping, complete with handwritten note cards and a playlist titled Truth Bombs. She captioned, "One selfie, ready to speak from the heart. No filter, no fear." Fans dissected every detail. The font on the note cards, the song choices, even the color of Evelyn's nail polish were hotly debated as potential clues to what she planned to reveal. The day of the live special arrived, and the set was charged with anticipation. The audience was split evenly between Tai supporters and Evelyn loyalists. Each handed colored wristbands to signal their allegiance. Cameras captured the sea of purple and teal as the lights dimmed, and Jackie Christie took the stage to introduce the event. She reminded viewers at home that this was meant to be a moment of healing and honest dialogue. The rules were simple. Each woman would have uninterrupted speaker spots, followed by audience questions filtered through Brandi as moderator. The catch: no coaches or handlers were allowed backstage. This was truly going to be them alone. On stage, squared off in the glare of live television, Tai went first. She strode out confidently, microphone in hand, and spoke directly to Evelyn. She recounted a series of text messages that she said Evelyn had sent after the original segment aired. Messages that apologized, but also contained veiled threats about ruining Tai's reputation if she didn't play along in interviews. Tai read, excerpts aloud, her voice steady, while graphics on the screen displayed the text for viewers. The crowd hushed, and even Evelyn's smile faltered as she watched. Tai exposed words that hadn't been seen before. Tai concluded by saying, "I'm not here to shame you, but I need you to understand how your words landed on me." It was a powerful opening that set the tone for raw accountability. Evelyn's turn came next. She paced the stage, taking deep breaths, and began by acknowledging Tai's pain. She said, "If my words hurt you, I am sorry, but you have to understand I was also hurt and I didn't have a way to process it." She then played a short audio clip of a voicemail she had left for Tai the day after the original, taping an apology. Sincere and remorseful, the clip echoed through the theater, and many in the audience wiped away tears. Evelyn's strategy was clear: humanize herself, own her mistakes, and demonstrate that her emotions were just as valid. When she finished, she looked directly at Tai and said, "Can we find a way forward?" A murmur ran through the crowd. This was the moment everyone had been waiting for. Brandi opened the floor to audience questions. The first was from a fan wearing a Tai wristband. "Do you think you can trust each other again?" Tai answered honestly, admitting that forgiveness was a process, not an event, and that while she didn't know if she could fully trust Evelyn, she was willing to try. Evelyn nodded vigorously, tears glittering in her eyes. The next question came from an Evelyn supporter. "What did you learn about yourself through this experience?" Evelyn replied that she learned humility and the importance of clear communication, lessons she planned to carry into every aspect of her life. The dialogue felt intimate, genuine, and unscripted, exactly what producers had hoped to capture, just when it seemed like the reconciliation would stick. A surprise twist emerged during a break in questions. A backstage monitor accidentally aired a blooper reel showing producers coaching Eileen and Chantel to egg on the tension for better footage. The clip ran for about 10 seconds before the feed was cut, but the damage was done. Fans in the audience gasped and whispers turned into an uproar. Both Tai and Evelyn stared at the monitor, their expressions hardening as they realized the show they thought was healing them had been manipulating their pain all along. In that moment, the live special flipped into a new scandal, an expose of reality TV itself. Jackie stepped forward attempting damage control, but the crowd boos drowned out her words. Tai dropped her mic and walked off stage, head held high, followed moments later by Evelyn. The live broadcast cut to an unscheduled commercial break as producers scrambled to restore order. On social media, viewers erupted. Some hailed Tai and Evelyn as heroes for walking away from the charade. Others criticized them for abandoning the opportunity to model reconciliation. The network released a statement promising transparency and reviewing editing practices, but trust had already eroded. In the aftermath of the live special, both women found themselves riding a new wave of support. Tai's follower count soared as fans admired her authenticity. Evelyn received offers to write a memoir about her journey through reality TV and redemption. Jackie's show, however, faced regulatory scrutiny. Complaints had been filed accusing the producers of deceptive editing and emotional manipulation. Talk show panels debated the ethics of reality programming, and some advocated for new guidelines to protect participants from exploitation. The scandal had ignited a broader conversation about the costs of drama-driven entertainment. For Tai and Evelyn, the real victory lay in reclaiming their own stories. Without a polished set or a scripted segment, they had shown the world their pain, their courage, and their capacity for forgiveness. Sponsors who had once demanded sanitized sound bites now approached them with more respectful proposals. Book deals that focused on healing wellness retreats where they could speak on panels, and partnerships with mental health organizations. It was ironic. The spin-off that was supposed to exploit their feud had instead propelled them into roles as advocates for honest dialogue and personal growth. And so, as the cameras finally powered down on the chaos that began with a dating game gone wrong, a new chapter opened for Tai and Evelyn. One not defined by the spotlight of reality TV conflict, but by the power of vulnerability and truth. Their journey had become a blueprint for anyone who's ever been hurt, humiliated, or exploited in the name of entertainment. And while the network scrambled to draft new policies and fans continued to upload reaction videos, Tai and Evelyn stood united in their decision to walk away from manipulation, hand in hand, ready to face whatever came next together on their own terms. And that's where our story stands. From a light-hearted matchmaking stunt to an earth-shaking reckoning, Tai and Evelyn have shown us that reality TV can cut deeper than any scripted drama. We watched secrets spill, alliances shift, and raw emotions flare under the harsh studio lights, and we were right there with them, hearts racing, opinions divided, and questions unanswered. Will Tai find the forgiveness she's searching for? Can Evelyn rebuild trust without losing herself? And how will Jackie's show recover from this unprecedented fallout? The network may scramble to patch its image, but you hold the real power, your voice. Did you side with Tai's honesty or Evelyn's resilience here? Ready to see them rebuild together or carve separate paths forward? I drop your thoughts in the comments below. Tell us who you believe really emerged stronger from this chaos. If you want more exclusive breakdowns, behind-the-scenes scoops, and sensational updates on your favorite BBWLA stars, make sure you like this video and subscribe to stay in the loop. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a twist, a spoiler, or next chapter in this saga. And remember, in the world of reality TV, the line between truth and performance is razor thin. You decide which side you're on. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one where the drama never ends and the stories only get wilder.